Boba Fett, the original Star Wars bounty hunter, is back.
I am not a bounty hunter.
Huh, okay. Well, it sounds like we've got plenty to digest on this IMDbrief. So let's open the Book of Boba Fett and break down everything we know about the intergalactic Disney Plus series. What an exit! You might remember Boba Fett's rise and fall in the original Star Wars trilogy, episodes 4, 5, and 6, so let's catch everyone up before executive producers and brain trust of the Star Wars Disney Plus series, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and Robert Rodriguez, take us back to Tatooine for a long-promised and even longer demanded Star Wars side story about Boba Fett.
Bounty hunters? We don't need that scum.
See? They called him a bounty hunter when he was first introduced on the big screen in 1980's The Empire Strikes Back. Of course, Fett fanatics will remember that he actually debuted during an animated segment in the 1978 Star Wars Holiday Special, but regardless, somewhere between then and this new spin-off series, Boba changed.
See, this is me, Boba Fett.
Fine, we'll take your word for it. Boba Fett used to be Jabba the Hutt's personal bounty hunter, and he also took on a mutually beneficial gig hunting Han Solo for Darth Vader and the Empire. After delivering the carbonite-encased Han to Jabba, Fett was seemingly swallowed by a Sarlacc. Classy. Somehow, Boba survived the Sarlacc, a story that we hope is detailed in this new series, and later, he popped up in The Mandalorian to reclaim his trademark Mando armor and to snag his spot on a recently vacated underworld throne that once belonged to his former boss, Jabba the Hutt. The Book of Boba Fett is reportedly being called The Mandalorian Season 2.5 by the cast and crew, as it picks up where we last saw Boba, and it also tees up Mando's third season, plus spin-off series Rangers of the New Republic and Ahsoka.
We need to talk.
I hope it's about him.
Aw, we do too. No word if Grogu, Ahsoka, or any of our other Mando pals will guest star, but Temuera Morrison is definitely reprising the non-bounty hunting bounty hunter role once again. Initially, Morrison played Boba's father Jango Fett in the prequel trilogy, episodes 2 and 3, but since Boba is a genetically modified clone of Jango, it makes sense to have the same actor play the role.
Never heard of him.
Okay, but you are him. Ming-Na Wen also returns as Fennec Shand, a mercenary and assassin who was revived with cybernetic organs by who else but Boba back in Mandalorian Season 1. Shand helped Boba retrieve his armor before taking a place at his side on Jabba's crime syndicate throne, a tenuous spot that the pair must defend throughout the Book of Boba Fett.
If you had spoken such insolence to Jabba, he'd have fed you to his menagerie.
Jennifer Beals is also in the cast as a Twi'lek, a species we've seen around Jabba's palace, including Jabba's former major domo and replacement before Boba Fett swooped in, Bib Fortuna.
Boba! Me tinka hacking punta!
And we thought he was a bounty hunter. Anyway, this plot seems like it could have been in Star Wars Underworld, the series that George Lucas announced in 2005, but never came to fruition.
Why speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich?
He's got a point. And as a fellow bearer of Mandalorian armor and, well, arms, Boba Fett made a perfect pair with Din Djarin, aka Mando. And fans can't wait to see what he has up his sleeve and under that helmet when the Book of Boba Fett takes its solo stand on December 29th.
I intend to rule with respect.
For more Star Wars side stories and trending tales, stay glued to imdb.com/imdbrief.